premise of science fiction is based on two words. What if? What if there were creatures all around us who lived at a pace far beyond ours? There are parts of life that go by too fast for us to see. The beat of the wings of a hummingbird, the speed at which light travels, the path of a bullet. In the past, we've explored parallel universes, entire creations which coexist with ours, but in another dimension. In Wink of an Eye, we'll experience the simultaneous existence of another civilization. But here, it is time, not dimension, that separates the crew of the Enterprise from a race known as the Scalosians. There's a scene in Wink of an Eye that surprisingly didn't raise the eyebrows of the network censors. After Deela and Kirk go to his cabin to discuss some business matters, the scene then cuts to Kirk putting his boots back on and Deela combing her hair in front of a mirror. Kirk, the intergalactic Lothario, which is hard enough to do, let alone say, gets lucky yet again. And the producers of the series got by the censorship machine.
You know, I was just noticing your Vulcan Edic, Mr. Spock. Is it a reminder that as a Vulcan, you can mind link with the Medusans far better than I could?
Well, I doubt that Mr. Spock would don the most revered of all Vulcan symbols merely to annoy you.
And remember, we were dealing with things that were very important to him. It was infinite diversity from infinite combinations. And Gene always felt that that would solve all of the problems of the world. And one day, it still may be.
I understand, Mr. Spock. The glory of creation is in its infinite diversity.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning.
It was at a time in the 60s where the civil rights movement, people were fighting to be recognized with dignity, just to sit in a restaurant to eat. The right to sit in a restaurant, the right to walk into a hotel and have your reservation honored. The right to simply have an opportunity like anyone else born free in this country.
I mean, nobody else was trying this, yet you see under one roof, you know, a Scotsman.
I'd have expected sanity from the ship's surgeon at least. President Lincoln, indeed.
An Asian, an African-American woman who had a very important job.
Lieutenant Uhura, take over navigation.
Yes, Captain.
And, you know, a playboy cowboy guy from Iowa, a funny-looking alien with pointy ears and a Mo Howard hairdo. You had the wildest combination of people, and nobody commented upon it within the context of that show. This was the future as they saw it was going to be, and the color of our skin, how we look, wasn't going to matter 300 years hence.
Where you come from, are there a lot of people without the power and my size?
Alexander, where I come from, size, shape, or color makes no difference.
By drinking the Scalosian water, Kirk and Spock's metabolisms become greatly accelerated. Now, this wasn't the first time that such an anomaly happened to Kirk. In Return to Tomorrow, his body went into high metabolic gear in order to be possessed by the bodiless Sargon. And of course, he and the rest of the Enterprise crew went warp speed into their geriatric selves in the deadly years. Fortunately, these aging processes were reversed or halted. Now, if that were only true in real life, I could talk to you like this.